Hey everyone, this is Uthris. Welcome back to Let's Build Lothloria, episode 10. So in this episode we're going to be working on another large-scale building. As you can see, off camera went ahead and sculpted a whole bunch more terrain to prepare for what we were going to do this episode. I didn't know which to do because we've kind of already built buildings like these, but the town kind of needs multiple anyways. So, I don't think I'm going to build a storehouse, because I've already done one, and this one just has bigger wings on it, basically. It's going to be pretty much the same design. But it also needs a larger barracks. And so this is what this structure is going to be. This is actually going to be a two-story actually building with one tower on this end. And then also, down here in the front, I actually want to hollow this out and connect it to the basement of that building, and that will actually be part of the dormitory as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. If it starts dragging on, I'm gonna keep this one within 20 minutes, so there might be a couple skips to kind of facilitate that. But we'll go ahead and start laying out the rooms and everything. So this is kind of the entryway into, I don't know what this would be. This would be almost like a study area. You know, they do have to go to school a little bit. They can't be complete idiots if they're going to be a guard. Maybe it's like going over the basic rules of the city and getting them prepared to enforce them. I think that would make sense. No sense to have windows all the way back here. I mean, you're just going to be looking at a cliff. So, I'll go ahead and fill those in. And fill in these corners. And then on this side, I'm thinking double window. And then part of the actual staircase for the tower to the second floor / top. And then this area I might make this staircase actually down into some more dorms. I'm thinking the food will actually be this kind of linear entranceway, just like the other kind of elite guards barracks. But we'll see. I haven't quite fully thought of everything just yet. Go ahead and add a window. And out here, this will be a small training yard. This will be almost like there's the actual kind of armory of the town. It'll house most of the weapons. It's going to be like kind of a caged structure. That's just would be locked if there were doors, but it would have to be open to facilitate medieval engineers, but that's okay. Actually, to get downstairs, I'm thinking about actually making a separate area. So why don't we just put the staircase back here? I mean, this place is already kind of not being used anyways, and we can kind of hide something in the mountainside and make the entrance down there. I think that'll be pretty cool. So over here we need a way to get to the second floor, which we now have. And then I need to make that a square. Then we'll be climbing the tower a little bit more. I don't know how tall I want this to be. Definitely needs to be, you know, tall enough to look like it can be used efficiently. I'm trying to think maybe about this height. You know, you can overlook for sure. There's not going to be a passable roof. It'll just be all peaked roofs, but will have that one guard tower. And then there's also a defensive point above the underground entrance. really trying to diversify the buildings that we have just a little bit. Don't want to make it look too repetitive, but it is a side effect for sure of the, you know, when you build a town this big, you're going to start kind of repeating and running into the same ideas. So we'll go ahead and do this, like that. Maybe I'll actually keep this area a loft. This will kind of be the captain's quarters. They would sleep up here on the second floor, and then down below would be most of the actual troops. And I do plan on actually building a fort outside the castle, because there are a couple weak spots in its defenses, and I really want to kind of get those taken care of before you know, people would be able to take advantage of it, basically. I need to build instead of talk so much. I don't know if you guys enjoy like all the commentary, or if sometimes I just kind of start rambling, but I'm trying to keep it kind of interesting for y'all. I've noticed too my videos are a little on the quiet side, so hopefully they won't be quite like that on this one. I might mess with the audio a little bit more just to kind of touch up the volume, but really I'm using a headset microphone. It's not really the best quality, and so you're gonna get a bit of static because of that. And then we top this off and throw the battlements on it. Unless it starts floating in the air. Come on. Oh boy. There we go. Get those on there like so. The picker tool doesn't really work a lot well. By pressing B while looking at a object, you can actually pick what that is instantly, usually. There we go, see. So it doesn't work all the time. Especially if some things are taking up the, like multiple blocks. You're not going to be able to color pick from that. So since this is defensive, I'll go ahead and keep everything stone. Okay. We'll just kind of throw a roof on it. Like that. Might be a pretty quick build, actually. I still might do some off-camera work, that way I can show you all, you know, just the whole area kind of fleshed out at the end. I always like doing that. It is a government building, so we'll be using red roof for it all. here I need the inside corner, like so. Like that. And this area for the armory is actually going to be kind of a flat topped area. It's just going to be a barred off, you know, guarded area of the armory. We'll have a wooden floor though. Like that. And then we'll actually have stone walls on it, and then like a terrace on top that's just all made out of wood. And then over here we need some more roofing. Need another inside piece. That blasted tree is kind of getting in the way and making a piece break, but that's fine, I suppose. I've been so used to it, so it's not even a big deal anymore. And we'll go ahead and put a... I don't know if I want a window there or not. This area though needs roof section. Like that. And then here, I guess I'll just go ahead. I'll put a window. I mean, you know, you want them to be watching over their underlings and their students. So I think having a window there makes sense. So yeah, we'll do that, and the window back. I would do just about anything for my Alt Delete key to work when it's this late into a build, but we'll grab that. Like so. I don't know if I particularly think this is a good one. So we're gonna do a little bit different. I don't like those outside corners sometimes. Sometimes I think that makes the roof look really weak and just not a really strong roof line. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and fix that by kind of making these two fit in such a way. So we actually need to get rid of this corner piece as well. Like so. And this is the long axis of the roof. So we need to bring this up. Like that. Same on the inside actually. Like so. Alright. So basically you just kind of stick these two together and you should get kind of your own custom peak like that. I think that kind of portrays something a little cooler. Ugh. This is why you need frameworks done before you do roofing. You know, you have to really plan it out. Otherwise you're gonna... I don't know why it's breaking there, but oh well. Nothing you can do about it. Okay, so this is the finished barracks for the lower tiers of troops. So this side, we have the fully stocked armory. You would have to sign everything out as you take, whatever you need. You need to make sure to come bring it back. That way they have a good stock of supplies, and they can, always commission a blacksmith to make more. Kind of an open entryway. I'm gonna start messing with shelves, because I think that'll look pretty cool on buildings in certain areas. Here, this was supposed to be a bookcase. It would be pretty cool if they add books as a decoration to actually put individual books in there. Plenty of desk space. You got a dining hall, and of course upstairs I believe you guys saw me lay down all these beds as some type of dorm. Upstairs, we have a guard tower, and with a good view over the town. You can see some of the new buildings I made, but we'll get to those here in a second. So we'll work our way down and actually take this side door into the basement. And this will have kind of an open area. Still not 100% done. I would say it's about 95% done. I just wanted to get you guys in on this before I call it a day, because I've been working on this for multiple hours now. So this is kind of a large training area. You could set up archery targets in here and practice archery. It's definitely long enough. Officers' quarters would be these kind of side large rooms, and then more barracks, just standard, troop. So we go over here and out, and it will connect straight underneath the small battlement in front of the barracks. I went ahead and added a battlement section over here, over the armory. I just figured it made sense, and it kind of makes the building look a little bit more complete. This is one of the new houses that I made off camera as well. It's just a single story, thatched roof, 3 rooms. So, it is a fairly large single story home, which is nice. And then this is also a new building. It's kind of in a plus shape with a rounded corner down here. I don't know how I want to make this kind of fit in a little better, but right now it's okay by me. This house is almost completely different than most. So it has a small thatched area, an open first floor, and then up into an open second floor, and that wraps around to an open loft area, and you get a really nice view of the market up here and some of the side road and tavern. So like this house I think is really interesting, and it's fun to go up and down it. I think it flows pretty well. The roof is in a plus pattern, and I like how we get these little wooden accents on these corners. Over here is the new storehouse. Also threw in some more detail over here, that way it's just not completely barren. Maybe people would auction off items weekly from that location. The storehouse has nothing in it right now, but it is fairly large. I would expect a loft to eventually be made in here on each wing. And I kind of went with the barn style on the sides and peaked on the middle section. So it's very open, very spacious. You can store a whole bunch of stuff here. And of course it has an awning like the other. I have another store over here. You can walk in. They got plenty of open space to display their wares. And then also a counter and a back storage room with no windows and everything. You don't want people to break in very easily. Oh, what else is there? I think there is just a couple more little details. I've kind of worked up on some of these passageways and alleyways to kind of get up and down the tiers. And then also I added the one over here to get up from this lower tier to this mid tier, and then you can take that staircase to the top. And so I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you again for watching. Leave a comment if you want, or subscribe. I'm actually going to upload this version onto the Steam Workshop today, so you guys will be able to download and run around in it. Structural integrity is still off, But that's just because the roofing issue. Some roofs would collapse. I mean, you can turn it on. Most buildings will stand. I'll say 95%. But yeah, I'll see you guys in episode 11.